I like to say black people in this room, we have an opportunity to do it different. We have an opportunity to bring honor to his name by forgiving one another. We have an opportunity to get out straight. And I would challenge us to do it because I love y'all so much. And he's gone, he's in the presence with the Lord now. So that means he's probably looking at us on a remote control TV from heaven, and he expects us to do better than we've been doing. I want to tell Atlanta, I love you. I like to tell Corey and Tammy, thank you for loaning your son to the world. I want to tell his children, thank you for allowing your father to be an example for us, because so many days I'm sure he was away singing and dancing. Good afternoon. I'm in my travel clothes, so forgive me to family for not being properly dressed. I didn't even understand why I got the call. I'm here first to speak on the behalf of just the black community here, because we've done a good job in this city. In the big city of Atlanta and the small city of South Fulton. We've done a good job being examples that you can be anything you want to be. You can be a little boy who wants to play baseball. You can train, you can develop a discipline that although it doesn't lead you to the major leagues, it leads you to the major leagues in music, and you can be an example for young people after you. Anything is possible in this city, and Corey and Tammy have showed us that by the product that they produced. I want to thank them as parents for giving their child the stability that would give those beautiful children the confidence to know that they're competent to do anything they want. Not people might be like, who is that up there? My name is Michael Render. I'm Denise's son. And like Tammy's son, I sang and danced for a living. Like Corey's son, Michael and Anthony, my fathers, have watched proudly from the audience. And they've suffered some for me too. I just like to say that we're not burying a musician today. You're burying a man. You're burying a man who was a student at Fort Valley, who was a baseball player, who was a son to a mother and a father, who was a father to children, who was a loving companion by what the internet say to a few women. But the women that gave him his children, he treated with honor and respect. I'd never been in that man's presence and seen him disrespect. And I've been, and I'm not going to take longer than 2 minutes. I'm going to say this to Atlanta. I didn't know him intimately. I didn't know him as a homeboy. I wasn't hanging out in the studio. I judged him by the fruit he was, the tree that he fell from, his mother and his father. Everywhere I have went in this city, you hear their name in high praise and honor. And everywhere he carried their name, it was in high praise and honor. So to young people in the room, I want to say, carry your parents' name in a way that when it's said, it's going to be honorable and high praise. I've never heard his father or his mother's name spoke lowly, because I've never heard his name. I would like to say, see, because a lot of us in the music industry, our lawyers, our accountants and stuff, they be people that have a certain faith. They be Jewish folks. So I asked my accountant one time, I want to go to one of your high and holy days with you. He took me to Yom Kippur. And for those of y'all who follow the Abrahamic religions, Jewish, Christianity, Islam, one of the greatest things we've taught in those religions is forgiveness and grace. And I stand here in front of two amazing parents and an amazing community that produced him. But also, man, I stand here in a room full of some people, they was his rivals about 9-10 years ago. And they got over that rivalry and they forgave each other and they lived. He was an example of grace. He was an example of mercy and forgiveness, not only in what he gave and what he was willing to exceed. He didn't let his pride and his ego and insecurity get in the way of being a good man. And I want to tell the young men that are in
our dear viewers, welcome back here on Starbucks News. Still a very sad moment. Today was the funeral of the beloved rapper Rich Homie, who passed away on 5th of September 2024 at the age of 34 years old. A lot of people today have gathered to celebrate his funeral, to celebrate his legacy that he has left behind. The late Rick passed away suddenly. Until now, there is no death caused. More prayer to the family in this difficult time. And this funeral was streamed live to enable a lot of people around the world to stream. We know there are a lot of people who loved him. There are a lot of people who were very far away from the home of country where the funeral took place, but this live stream helped a lot of people, to view, to see what was going on during his funeral. The video that I shared is the video of Mike. Mike had a good message, that's why I decided, to edit at least to get something from him, or we might get something that we learn from his word, because his speech was amazing. He spoke about the late Rick positively, because he has been one of the great friends of Rick. They have been so close with the late Rick. That's why I chose his speech. I know you'll get something that you learn from his speech. The late Rick will be remembered. He has been living as a good example, to the community. He has been a good father. At the age of 34, he was a serious father. He was a kind person, a hard-working man. In this same funeral, there was one of his close friends who said they spent 36 hours in the studio. This shows that the late Rick was a very hard-working man. He was working very hard, to achieve his dream. But at the age of 34, he left us suddenly. It's very, very hard to believe. Our beloved brother left us. What's the purpose of this life? No one knows about tomorrow. So it's always good to be kind to people. It's always be good to be a God-fearing person, like we've seen. Rick has been, a God-fearing man. He has been a very kind person. That's why we're here, celebrating his life of death, because he has been a man of all people. He has been a friend of a lot of people around the world. A lot of musicians have come, to attend his funeral, as a way of showing love, as a way of supporting the family, as a way of becoming one, as one black community team has one people. That's why you see the hall was full of people, to come to celebrate the life, to come and pay their last eyes on him, because he really pain a lot of people when the sad news of him passing away tragically broke away. That was 5th of September 2024. It's still a big shock to the community. I myself are reacting to this video. I've been following Ricky. He has been one of my favorite musicians who will always be remembered. In this difficult time, please pray to the family, most especially the kids, the wife, the parent, and all people who knew him around the world. May his soul continue to rest in peace. let's know in the comment section. I give your thought about his passing, what I'm going to miss about him, which music of him do you used to love, and his legacy will continue to live on. Rest in peace, legend.